podcast about people making the world a better place.
All right. It's Monday. It's the day after Mother's Day. So we all got to hug our mothers. Kind of. Some of our mothers aren't with us today, so we had, I guess, to hug the grave. I don't know. That's kind of creepy, though. I'd like to thank Kellyanne, the Canadian Goose, always flying high, even on one wing. Let me tell you something. I used to have a bartender here, in New York City. Before I moved to the West Side, started terrorizing the West Side bartender on the East Side. And I used to say, "Give me another one, pal." And he used to say, "You can't fly on one wing. Here you go." Do you think, Dr. Hozey, there's a reason why most bartenders are Irish?
I think that's their way of getting away from the problems with the police, who are at the same time quite often Irish. But that's just a pet theory of mine. I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah, that's some kind of theory. This is Aardvark interviews where we tackle the tough questions like why are bartenders mostly Irish, it seems. And our special co-host, we have the Canadian Goose, Kelly, and I don't know what else I can say about her. Tonight she's wearing sunglasses. She's incognito. The government has contacted her because she has evidence to give in an important case to bring down the cartels across the world. Now, maybe it's not a good idea to be on the show, Canadian Goose, but then again, nobody really watches it, so you're probably safe.
Yeah, that's what my point was. It's like no one watches it. I can. Yeah. I don't even need to wear my sunglasses.
All right, now let me ask you: is this a lot of hush hush stuff with the government? I don't even know if it's the Canadian government or the United States government.
I'm not at liberty to discuss it right now.
Okay. But are you at liberty to discuss what the name of the production company is?
Absolutely. Hello, Hooray.
Hello, Hooray. I wonder if she talked to the FBI or the powers that be, maybe the CIA even, and said, "Hello, Hooray." I don't know. We also have Dr. Hozey, renowned, I almost said sociopath. I'm really off my game today. Sociologist, not sociopath. Holy shit.
Don't forget retired.
Retired. Thank you, Dr. Hozey. But how are you doing? Do you think people get stressed out around Mother's Day?
Wow. I would, you know what? I can use my own experience to say no, not at all. It was a day that, I had no excuses not to go running and hanging out with Mom. I tended to, let's say, prefer to be other places for a lot of my life, but after some time, I came to actually enjoy being around her at times when she would appreciate the day, and this was one of those days.
All right, so let me ask you: do you think people look to children, look in the eyes of their parents, and like discover what a friggin' loser they are, or something like that? Do you think we're always trying to measure up to our parents to show them that all right, man, I did it, or whatever, some shit like that? What do you two think about that?
My personal opinion about Mother's Day, I think it's a fucked up holiday.
Good.
We should be celebrating not just about not just our mothers, but so many women. And I feel like it's really Hallmarty, and I think it's all bullshit. But
That's a good attitude.
like like as far as like like why just mothers? I know so many women out in this world that aren't mothers, and they're more maternal than most mothers,
Uh,
and like why aren't we celebrating them? And I think it's a hard holiday for people who have lost their mothers, or people
yes,
that were raised without mothers, or like were raised by the government, or taken away from
true.
them. I think it can be a really messed up holiday for a lot of people.
So do you think we should abolish Mother's Day, to take it off the friggin' calendar?
Well, I got sunglasses on and a message came up and I can't see it.
She can't see any. She's blind as a bat. The
Oh, okay,
goose,
wait.
yeah, the goose is blind as a bat at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. With her Greta Garbo, I don't want to be bothered sunglasses. Yeah. She's a star now. She's a star.
I don't know why I thought I was supposed to wear sunglasses today, and now I feel out of place because you guys
Well,
aren't wearing sunglasses.
yeah,
I don't know where I got it from.
I know.
But should we abolish Mother's Day?
Should we take it
Maybe.
off the calendar and put some other ridiculous thing on?
I think maybe it could be a different name or something. Like I do get it, in a sense, for those people who never spend any time with their mothers, and I'm one of them. Like okay, this is a day to celebrate our mothers, but I just feel like there's so many other people, like women, meaning that should be celebrated. Yeah, I don't know. Just my thoughts.
Well, if you don't know, I don't know. But there is somebody who might know, and that's Dr. Hozey, world-renowned sociologist. I almost said sociopath earlier in the show. I don't know what she's drinking there, but all right. So, do you think Mother's Day is a valid holiday, a good holiday, or are we just blowing smoke up people's asses here? Well, what do you think, Dr. Hozey?
I think of it, yeah, I think of it very positively. I think that unfortunately today's society doesn't give homage to what a mother is, what a mother does, the selflessness that's there quite often, the amount of effort it takes to just continue forgiving that little brat that keeps doing the same thing over and over again. And and most I would say most mothers did everything that they did from a good place, even if what was actually being done wasn't perfect. I think that as a society, we're far too separated from the old mom and pop and children sitting down at dinner together and talking without having the telephone in their face. And I think there are a lot of values that today's people no longer carry with them because they weren't nurtured in ways when mothers were a more important part of everybody's life. So I miss that.
What do you think, Kellyanne? It's like a point, counterpoint, counterpoint. Do you think? See, what if a mother kind of sucks at being a mother?
Well, and I'm one of those mothers who really sucked at being a mother, but I'm lucky that my children realized when I was raising them, I came from like a broken. I was pretty broken as a person, and I did my best that I could. Like I loved my kids, but I was in no shape or form to be a mother. And at least my kids are old enough now, and they know that it is what it is. I was a kid when I was raising kids, and I don't feel that I had very much support in that. Or it's not that I didn't have the support. I wanted to do everything my way. I figure I knew it all, right? I was a dumb teenager, and but at least my kids are understanding that that I loved them, even though I was a pretty broken person trying to raise these kids. Yeah.
I could agree on certain points there. I grew up mostly as a latchkey kid, and found fame and stardom, and got a Hollywood Walk of Fame star on Hollywood Boulevard, behind the Gromans Theater, though, next to the dumpster. Basically, there's a little star that says Andrew Kelly. But I grew up that way. I grew up in a hard way. Let's put it that way. I grew up hard. But I essentially made something of myself. If the doors were closed, I forced those fuckers to open. And maybe that's what you need. A lot of these kids today, whether they're living on their parents' money or this and that, and expect things to be handed to them. My forebears, fought in these wars, and there was some tough freaking people. I'll give you that. And my mother, she wasn't. She was here, she was there, she was wherever. You know. Maybe your friends at the CIA could have found her if we had those contacts earlier, but we did. So it was hard for me growing up. The what's my name on the show? The Aardvark, and but I was able to overcome all this bullshit in my life. And I understand today that mom did the best she could. You know, I told this to somebody, and they said to me, "Yeah, but the best she could kind of sucked, didn't it?" And I said, "Well, yeah, if you want to look at it that way too." So, but I
But
visited her
I
today.
think in a sense though, um, good people don't come from easy lifestyle. Well, maybe I shouldn't really throw that completely out there. Like growth doesn't come from good times. Like, you know what I mean? If a person is going to grow, it's usually there's something that bad has happened first, right? And I feel like if we just have like these perfect parents raising these perfect little kids, and then they go out in the world and they realize, holy shit, this world is fucked right up. Um, you know what I mean? And then they just tumble down. So if they kind of had a little bit of knocks while they were growing up, maybe they were like a little bit more ready for the world. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to, maybe I'm
Ex-
trying to make excuses for my poor decisions,
Yeah,
um, but I feel that in a sense, to get them ready for the real world, it can't be that easy, right? Like they can't live on easy street and they can't hand them everything,
yeah. What do you think,
kind
Doctor
of.
Jose? Did
Okay.
you did you live on Easy Street, Doctor Jose? I mean, you're a very brilliant man. We know this. But did you grow up living in the Canadian Goose just said, easy street?
Okay. Absolutely not. I,
Oh,
I did have a pretty tough time, but I very much buy into the concept of a most parents are trying the best they can, even if they're not prepared, even if they're not well, let's say, financially well off, and in circumstances where they can have time. I think that there's a there's a real amount of benefit to as we finally get to a certain point in our lives when we can stop and look around a little bit to really pay attention to, introspection is important. I can tell you that, I grew up at a time when most households had two parents. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's the way it was. I didn't. I was with my mom,
yeah,
and she worked multiple jobs. She was fighting to pay the rent and put food on the table. And I had the sense that I didn't deserve her time, that there was something about me that didn't elicit her attention. And later on in life, I've come to understand that she was a human being. She needed to be at work quite a bit.
right.
And at times after work, she needed to blow some steam too. She needed to have some recreation. She needed some time to herself. And I honestly believe that most of us as children think our parents are just the way parents are supposed to be. I won't say that they're perfect, but they are the only reality we know.
Uh,
So, I take my hats off to anybody who's sticking with parenthood. And I say parenthood because there are some dads out there that are alone too. But,
all right.
this isn't a world now where we have two parent houses anymore. So that has a reality that comes with it.
Right. So, and that brings up an interesting thought. Now, with Roe v. Wade coming up again before the Supreme Court, and it looks like they've already written an opinion, maybe, possibly, allegedly, possibly, who knows, overturning Roe v. Wade. Do you think that we've had Roe v. Wade for like a bunch of decades now? I'll say, and do you think this would uproot a lot of our beliefs today that about abortion and about the sanctity of life, or I mean, before you could get an abortion in a clinic, what if that all stops? What if that all stops? What will happen, Kellyanne, the Canadian Goose, Kellyanne, who's working secretly with the government? That's why she's wearing the sunglasses. But what will happen to our society? And then I want to ask you the same question, Dr. Jose.
So the question is, what would happen if they took abortion away?
Basically.
Well, I feel that it'll never go away. You're just going to have like underground abortions, and then we're going to have unnecessary deaths and all these other things. I think it absolutely would be ridiculous.
Dr. Jose, what do you think?
Oh, I'd say that there has to be some method of looking at this on a case-by-case basis. I think that their first concept is that if what I'm hearing is true, the concept isn't that they're going to eradicate abortion, but rather it'll be sent back to each state for each state to define itself. But I do certainly know that there are circumstances where I think abortion is a proper thing. I don't know that I can tell you other pieces of information, like most neighborhoods that have abortion clinics in them are low income neighborhoods. I can tell you that a huge population deficit for African Americans is because there have been so many more Black children aborted than any other kind. And these are all details, but whether a woman has the right to choose for herself isn't the subject here. I think it's a matter of, does the government have the right to define what a woman can do? And I'd like to think that we are individuals in this country, and that we should be able to make our own decision about that.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jose. Yeah, it's splendid hearing your opinions, And
that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm just, yeah.
Right. You were going to say it, but you didn't. All right. So Teddy, our erstwhile producer, and the man with the really fast fingers, actually has come up with a teleplay called Muted that will be premiering soon on networks all over on the intranet. And he told me he has a premiere. So on Aardvark Interviews, we're going to take a quick look at Muted, a premiere of one of the episodes I did with a young man named Mike Provenzano. Go ahead, Teddy. Go on. You get some supper?
Hey, May, I catch you in the thick of someone. I hope you're not tied up.
I wasn't expecting your call.
Oh, look, we got a small problem.
Oh?
Yeah, you remember Mrs. Cartwright?
Not sure.
I'm sure you do. Busty redhead, she's made an allegation.
I never touched her.
Hey, save your denials, May. You're going to have to deal with that in your deposition. I can't believe I'm having this conversation again with you. Listen, we've discussed this before, and if you can't keep things cleaned up over there, well, you know how things are these days.
Do I ever?
Hey, just tell me you can clean this shit up out there.
I'll take care of it.
Listen, I hate making these phone calls.
Yeah, I said I'll take care of it, didn't I?
Hey, have you heard about George?
I never liked him. He seemed like kind of a bit of a weirdo, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, we went to school together. I almost got stuck with him as a roommate until I told him about my high school sweetheart. Then he lost interest completely.
We all heard the rumors. Is he finished, kaput?
He's getting retired early. They're shipping him off to some group home up the mountains.
How awful for him.
If you're not careful, they're going to retire you early, too.
Don't worry about me.
Hey, I do worry. There aren't many of us libertines left around anymore.
Yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
No. You sound entirely too comfortable.
Yeah, well, I don't have much time left on this God's green earth. I'm not going to let a bunch of zealots run me off.
It's a damn shame.
Yes, it is. C'est la vie.
Oh, no. Menage a trois, monsieur.
Menage a trois. I'm trying to do my taxes here. You dirty dog. I hate to say, I'm a little bit jealous, and I don't understand
Everybody seems to be getting laid here except for me. I don't
Yeah.
understand this.
That's still the
Would it
case.
kill you to walk around the park once in a while?
Yeah.
It's just mine. It's just mine.
Why don't you cut back on that cream-filled Twinkie that you eat all the time? Looking at you, you are a complete mess, if you want me to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me, Superman. Able to leap tall models in a single bound.
Hey, look, there's one more thing.
What now?
You need to submit to 6 weeks of psychotherapy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's coming from up high, just until the heat's off.
I should quit right now.
Hey, we both know you're not going to resign. We've all had to take our turn doing this. Now it's your turn. Take one for the team.
Fine.
Don't go confessing your every sin to them. You know you can't trust any of
I don't trust you.
them. Good. I don't do either.
Fuck off.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be in town next week for some personal business.
What's her waist and bust?
Let's get together for some Korean barbecue and maybe hit those Asian massages at the same time.
All right, but I'm not going to hold your hand.
I didn't say a couple's massage, idiot.
All right. We're getting the syncing together, I guess, but that's all right. That's
I think it was the internet that was like lagging in here. That
in
was
here.
great
Okay.
in here, on here.
All right. So there was not about Mother's Day there, thank God. But well, she's getting a call from the CIA. But
It was the red phone.
it's the red phone. Yeah, the West Wing with Kellyanne, the Canadian Goose, who's, she'll probably be behind bars. We'll have to telecast behind bars next week. Dr. Hozey, what did you think about the Muted premiere?
It just makes me want to know so much more about the backstory. It's piqued my interest. I've got to do some more digging about that. That looks like it could really be a beautiful piece of work.
It is a beautiful piece of work, and hopefully the two of you will come to our party today. That's a big surprise, so we'll see about that. Kellyanne, what do you think about all this mess?
Which mess?
I don't
Which
know.
mess? The mess that I created? The mess you created? Which one?
There's got to be a fucking mess somewhere. But
I think he may be joining you behind bars from the look of it, but keep going.
what happened to the guy who rides motorcycles in outer space?
Well, see, that's why I was wearing.
Where the hell did he go? What?
That's why I'm wearing sunglasses. The
glare?
outer space guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to him. He said he was from outer space, but he landed on this planet he took the what do you call it? He's a big motorcycle expert or something. He took something called Harley's Comet. Not Halley's Comet, but he called it Harley's Comet to get to Earth. So I don't know. The guy looked strange. He sent me Harley's Comet. He said, "Can I be on the show?" He sent me a picture. It was really weird. He was wearing sunglasses as well, interesting enough. But I guess he was held up in customs in the Milky Way or some shit. Another crackpot we invited to the show. I'm just gonna call it Aardvark's Crackpots from now on. No.
Speaking of,
I thought he might be. I thought he might be part of the Rat Pack because there was this thing called biker mice from Mars back in the 90s, and I thought maybe he had something to do with that.
What's it called?
Biker mice from Mars.
Are you serious?
It was an animated thing. I think there were some. I'm not in a situation to explain much
what
about
an
it, but I remember
awful childhood he had. Yeah.
Well, it does turn your hair white when you do that. So.
Biker mice from Mars. Oh my God. When was that? What was that? Back in the 70s? When was that?
It's in the 90s, but I don't think we're pushing that show. I think we're pushing local stuff.
Okay. So Muted is coming up. There'll be a big party today. So you can watch that party, I guess. It'll be on YouTube, Teddy, or something, the party? What's going on with that? I heard.
Yeah, it's available to streamed live on the internet, so people will be able to tune in there if they go to
the YouTube. Are you all right?
To the YouTube.
I think he's taking a shit right now.
Yeah.
He's
Hello
taking a
Hooray
shit.
Live.
Yeah.
HelloHoorayLive.com.
Jesus Christ. He's taking a dookie.
It's hard to help people find stuff on the internet.
Oh,
Find the links to all this stuff.
it's atrocious. All right, so there's going to be a big party, and we're going to celebrate the episode 1, which there's something muted digital series that produces. There's money involved, lots of money. There's like millions of dollars involved. And here's the cast: Cheyenne, beautiful lady; Alexandra, another star. Come for the good-looking people, not me. Quinn, Monet. It's just a beautiful cast. Well, all right, take that one out quick. That ugly. Janelle, beautiful. It's a beautiful cast, and me. So Mike Brambozzano, Cloran, who's a big activist and has his own show on the Hello Hooray. Kellyanne, what's the name of the Patreon account?
Hello Hooray Live.
And what's the name of the Patreon account for this? I guess I'll call it a show.
Aardvark interviews. Right?
Now, right. All right. So, Dr. Hozey, do you have any closing words? We're going to make it a short episode tonight because what do you think, Teddy? Do you want to say something about? Let me hear Teddy say something about Muted, his baby. Teddy, give us this.
Well, it's thrilling to have the first episode filmed. It's really amazing to have gotten this far with it. To have found the actors, to recruited them, to have them learn the script, to be excited about it, to promote it, to have successful little Indiegogo campaign to raise a little bit of funds for the pilot episode, and have that first scene done with you and Mike is just so exciting. So much fun.
Pretty good scene.
I'm really happy with it too. In the first edit, I was a little bit concerned about because I'm not really an editor, so I'm kind of learning it as I go along.
Of course.
But I was a little bit worried in the beginning, but I'm really happy with it now. I think it's very funny. I think the actors are great.
Yeah.
You're just having fun with it, and you never know.
And what do you plan this to? Do you plan this to premiere in June? You said or something? Well,
it's June 1st. We're gonna get it out June 1st, and
Wow.
we have half a dozen contributing producers who have all contributed at least $100 to the project.
Wow.
And they'll be able to see the preview early. But June 1st will be the public release. And I think what we'll do is we'll release it as like Netflix does, where they release all 8 episodes at once. So episode 1 will be in, say, 3 acts or 3 separate videos.
Okay.
And we'll release them all at once as a full episode. But you watch the first act, and then you go to the second act, and then you go to the third act. And I think that way they're shorter videos, which makes them more consumable by the general public. And at the same time, you can binge them. You can binge watch the first episode, essentially.
And do we know how many minutes we're aiming for? Have you decided on that yet?
Usually, when you look at a script, you're looking at a minute per page, and episode 1's around 25 pages long. So, at most, it'll be about 20 minutes at most.
Okay.
The Aardvark scene with Imani, Cheyenne's character, is quite long, but I haven't edited it yet, and it's just I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's probably 10 to 13 minutes long. Quite a long little act.
Can I ask if I, let's say, have enough time for the first part of the first episode, and I log back in 2 days later, will it remember where I was and put me right into the second part so I can continue from there on, or do I have to start fishing for it later?
That's exactly what it will do. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Excellent.
Now, there's another thing. I'm looking at other web series, and I'm just kind of like trying to figure out how we might do it. And other web series have released their series on a unique YouTube channel for that series. So, for example, it would be like releasing Muted on its own Muted YouTube channel. And I don't know, I think that we have a little bit of a built in audience here with the Aardvark show and Claire and Williams show. We have a little bit of a built in audience. So I really don't see the attraction to doing it separate from Hello Hooray, the Hello Hooray channel. I still think we ought to do it on the same channel and just take advantage of that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Is it only relegated to one channel? Could you do both?
You could do both. You could. I think YouTube generally. Well, actually, that's kind of YouTube generally. What I've heard is YouTube doesn't like it when you publish the same video on multiple channels. But what you could do is put the divided episodes on this channel and then the full episodes combined on another channel called Muted. You could do it that way. That actually is a good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Catch some people that would miss it otherwise. Yeah.
Right. That's interesting.
It's kind of a way to also to A/B test it, like which one gets more views.
Yeah.
Which one do people watch longer, and do they continue on through? So it's just a nice way to A/B test it. Yeah, that's cool. It's a good idea.
Okay,
We
so
have
we really don't know who the character is that's being sent to therapy, right?
No.
I don't
no.
want people to jump to conclusions and think it's
No.
a priest or something, because we really
Well-
don't know, right?
Well, think about the Boy Scouts scandal that's going on right now. They're in
Boy
they're in
Scouts?
court right now. But no, I mean, there's no indication that he has any of that history. There's no reason to think
Right.
this is just a guy who's in trouble with his bosses, and that's the fun. I mean,
Yeah.
people can make up different things what they want. Does anybody know who Tyra is? Tyra?
Oh,
Tyra?
yeah. Bring her
Yeah.
in, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on
There.
in.
Look at
Can
that.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, you look
Can you hear me?
great. We tried to get you on
Thank
the
you.
last show, and how
lost
was
one of
It didn't work.
How-
I know.
how-
I was there. I remember.
is it going to work this time?
It's very good to see. I don't want to
Uh-oh.
interrupt.
Here we go again. Yeah, maybe next week. All right, so let me ask you, how was Mother's Day, Francis? Well, whatever the fuck. All right, let's get back to Muted. Are we going to promote this Muted?
No. I was going to say we don't know much about the characters, but we do know he's some piece of work. I've got to get some more.
You know, it wasn't really hard for me to look in my past and dredge up, somebody who's in trouble with their employers. It wasn't a lot of acting, really. It was
it a reach?
No, it was kind of easy. So, me and Authority kind of have a trouble. Teddy knows this. Me and
Some
Authority.
experiences to draw from, huh?
Yeah, me and Authority. We just.
That's why we're in show business.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Kellyanne, what's up with those sunglasses?
I thought I was supposed to wear sunglasses. I went through 3 different pairs of sunglasses. Look. I was gonna maybe wear these ones.
Oh my
or
gosh, she's got.
wear
she
these
does.
ones. And I just
Wow.
thought for some reason, I don't know, I had some idea in my head.
She looks like the Terminator, the Canadian Terminator.
The Canadian Terminator. Well, you know what's really exciting? On Wednesday, I'm gonna fly a plane, so maybe I'll wear these glasses.
Oh,
Is
that's
that a
right.
full-size plane?
Wow.
No, not a full size. It's a small plane.
Yeah, she's gonna fly a Boeing 747.
I'm not
Dr. Hozey.
hijacking no plane. It's no, I'm debating whether or not to get my pilot's license, and
She's a
so
goose.
the best
What-
way to
why
figure
does
it
it-
out is jump in a plane and figure out if I like to fly or not.
But why does a goose need a pilot's license?
Well, because I want to try to maybe have it like as a little side gig, like maybe later in life I can use it to make some cash kind of thing.
She wants to travel inside the plane, not fly next
Yeah,
to it.
not on the wing. Yeah. I
Oh,
wanna
like
be
you
inside.
usually do. Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Tira. How are you?
I thought we were
I like
supposed to
your
wear
glasses.
Oh, you got see? I didn't get the memo. Look at her. She looks
Keep them
so.
on. Keep them on.
Wow, she looks fabulous. Oh my god. Wow. You know, Tira
How's
does.
everybody doing?
How was your Mother's Day, Tira?
Well, I'll tell you what, my Mother's Day was busy taking care of my mother and my twin sister. They both have COVID. So my mother's in her bedroom, my sister's in her bedroom, and I'm out here on the couch with my kitty cat and taking care of everybody. And I feel like Cinderella.
Wow. Do you think you're a good caretaker?
Oh my God, there's nobody better.
There you go. There you go. You know what Tira does?
We're gonna send an Uber pumpkin over there to pick you up and take you away from there for just a break, okay?
Getting
I'll tell you what, I did that today, and it was so funny because I don't know what kind of a group this is or what we're talking about, but was there a topic
no.
or should I just tell you a story?
I don't know. Yeah, that's good.
All right, now I forgot what I was going to tell you. Wait.
You belong here.
Oh, yeah.
You belong. Self-care means leaving the show. Obviously, I can't blame her for that. Can't blame her. She made the right choice there. Tira, dear friend Tira, she does a lot. She's a singer, and she's made lots of money, and she's been all over the world with her singing.
There
And
she is.
now what she does, she sings to the kids with like autism and kids with developmental problems. And I think there's a link between singing, rhythms, sounds, and reaching kids in that manner. What do you think, Tira? Thank you, Tira. So Tira agreed with me, and but what she does is precious. I'd love to have her on the show here. Well, you almost were back, and self-care. Bye bye. Yeah, exactly. I saw that one coming. I didn't have to be Nostradamus for that. So we're going to wrap up the show soon because I'm hungry, and the length of the show is dictated by my stomach, basically. To be honest, Kellyanne, when are you getting in that plane?
Wednesday morning.
So you're really
Wednesday
going to do
morning, assuming it's all depends on the weather, because I've never flown a plane. I can only fly during certain weather conditions. So, assuming that the weather is going to be right, then I'll be doing it Wednesday morning.
Right. So you heard the old thing, the old saw about the terrorists, and they were taking pilot training classes. And then they said, okay, so next week we're going to teach you how to land the plane. And they said, no, we don't need that. So that's.
Well, you know what? You know where I got the idea to do this in the first place? It was from this show. Can you guess who put it in my head?
Not me, hopefully.
No, absolutely not. Vince.
Vince,
remember? That was one of his questions. I asked, what did you wish that you could do and that you'll never do? And he said, get his pilot's license. And I thought, So that was like 4 months ago. And 4 months later, I'm going to jump in a plane and consider whether or not I'll get a pilot's license.
Let me ask you a question.
Vince, of course.
I would have problems with that. Do they actually expect you to be sober while you're driving the plane?
You know what? I went over the email and they
are there rules? Are there rules?
Well, the requirements was right now because of just the way everything is I have to wear a mask. I have to have my vaccines and I have to be fully clothed.
You have to have your clothes. Oh my God.
Fully clothed. Yeah. Just in case we crash and we have to spend out the night out in the woods, I have to have pants and everything. I can't be going there with shorts or,
And I
But
was
yeah,
gonna
that
say,
was one of the things. I had to be
videotape.
fully clothed.
What do you think about this Dr. Hozey? Should Kellyanne get on this plane?
I would love to see the video. I mean, clothes optional, but yeah, definitely.
Of course, she's going to make a video.
Well, I am allowed to bring a couple people with me, so I've already asked one of I asked one of my roommates to come, and I says, "You're only coming because I want you to take video."
That's it. The videographer.
And then if I'm not here next week, we know I didn't do that well.
Oh, Kellyanne, I can't believe it.
I need your full name for an insurance policy, but we'll talk about that later.
I think I'm going to be I think I'll be great at that. I'm pretty mechanically inclined.
Right.
I
But
think I'll figure it out quite well.
is this in any way connected to your dealings right now with the Secret Service and the 3-letter organizations? This plane?
Not really. Like I'm not sharing this sort of information with them.
That might be kind of tricky too. Well, they're not listening to the show anyway. But wow, because I saw this movie with Denzel Washington where he was drunk as the pilot of the plane. So you're actually supposed to stay sober while you're driving.
They didn't require it didn't say anywhere that I needed to be sober. All it said is I had to be wearing clothes. So, yeah. Fortunately, I don't drink, but I'm still really questioning about the clothes. Like, did the clothes have to be in a backpack? Do I need to be wearing them? Like, yeah, I just in case we got to spend the night out in the woods. And I thought, why would we be in the woods?
Dr. Hozey, do you think clothes will inhibit her flying the plane? Her ability to fly the plane, the clothes will get in the way of flying the plane.
It would only be a problem if you were male, because when you pull back on, never mind. We'll discuss that some other time.
You mean when they're in the cockpit? All right.
There you go.
Sorry, I had to do that. All right. It's all going to be, So our visitor from another planet, he's still on the other planet, and I guess they don't have Wi-Fi this week.
Stuck in customs.
Yeah. Some planet called Honda. The guy's a real crackpot. But we love our crackpots here. We love our visitors. So is there any closing words before we get a hamburger somewhere or some shit? Yeah.
Well, I want to tell Kelly that I'm very, very proud of you for taking the bull by the horns, jumping in that thing, and go, not just thinking about whether you would like it, but to go and actually take the steps to find out for sure. I think that's commendable. Not enough of us actually go out there and try shit anymore. So you go, girl.
All right.
Thank you.
Teddy, do you have any closing words about this wonderful, wonderful telecast that I am in, and you can see my acting chops? Do you have any closing words?
Just looking forward to filming episode 2. We're going to start rehearsals today.
Today?
We're going to see Cheyenne and Claren do a scene from episode 2, which is very filthy. Should be very funny, I hope.
We like filthy, yeah.
Agree.
All right.
Should be fun.
All right, so
is Dr. Hozey coming along too?
I don't know. Dr. Hozey,
More the merrier.
Kellyanne, come aboard if you like. I'll send the invitations. Click, click, click. There.
No, you already sent it. I seen it pop up. You already sent me the invitation. I'm coming whether you like it or not.
They're both in Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
I don't know how to get Discord to work on. Oh wait, maybe I do. Okay, forget.
She can't work the Discord because of the sunglasses.
Oh, actually, it's right here. I did figure it out. Okay, forget it. That's all good.
What a mind, huh? This is why those 3-letter organizations recruited her.
Yeah. I come off like I don't know what I'm doing, but secretly, I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, that's rough.
She's not with the FBI. She's with the FU too. So.
All right, so come to the party, everyone. Whatever. Next week we'll try and have a legitimate guest from planet Earth. We'll see how that goes, you know. And Aardvark interviews every week, Monday, 5:30 p.m. What's the name of the production company?
Hello, Hooray.
HelloHoorayLive. Check us out on YouTube. Check it out everywhere, like Amazon, blah, 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 yada, yada. So check us out. And the Patreon accounts are...
Aardvark interviews and Hello, Hooray Live.
She almost... All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Dr.
Thanks,
Hozey. Thank you, Canadian Goose.
you. Go, Kelly.